Live. Welcome, my live YouTube stream. Now we still have the time. Nobody's in here. We can relax a little. And today, this will be a short stream. And I want to tell you about some experiences from AI. Yes. Today, I said, I have an idea, and let's make a script with the help of AI. I said, normally I don't do this. Normally, I work upon inspiration from my soul algorithm. But today I said, why not checking the AI? And I wanted to create a video a little emotional. It's still not uploaded. And I said, let's create an emotional text. And it was so analytic. It was, and I said, do it like this, do it like this. It seems to be a little emotional, not describing something. They couldn't understand this. They always created text like problem, work, solution. Problem, work. Probably they are trained like this. I don't know. I'm still suffering from some tossing here. And I gave another prompt, and I give another prompt. They have no clue what emotional means. So at the end, I gave up. I said, forget it. I will make it myself. I was talking on creating an emotional text, something that we can enjoy while watching the video. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yes. So these were my experiences when I faced. I wanted the help of AI. Forget it. Forget it. They can't help you. They don't feel the text. They are perfect when writing something analytically, but creating something with emotions, sometimes we need just few words to describe something that we, human beings, can enjoy. But they don't have the feeling. They see all the words just analytically, and probably they have an explanation for a word, for a word, for a word, but they don't have emotions. And when we want to describe something, they are perfect. They can describe something, translate something very well. But to make something that really touches the human heart, no. And they never will. At least they tried. And at the end I said, come on, let's give it up. Let's give it. It still wanted to try and gave me another version. And the other version was once again a disaster. It was a disaster. I couldn't use it. Yes, but it was at least fun. As I always say, these are soulless entities. They have no heart. They have no heart. Absolutely. So let me see who will join the stream. It would be a pleasure when you just say hello. I want to talk to you. I don't want to make a video here because I could produce a video and upload it. But my decision is to talk to you here. And a stream makes fun when we have a communication. Otherwise, I can produce a video and make a perfect edit and upload it. And people can watch this later. But a stream is for community. So let's see who will join the stream. And this stream won't be that long. So now's the chance. I started 5 minutes ago. And probably this stream will last 30 minutes, at least 1 hour. It depends on the interaction to you. Let me see whether we will find some friends here. Yes. So a nice hello would be great. From which country are you visiting? From which town are you visiting? And hello would be beautiful. Let me get my cell phone here. Let me check the stream, whether we are really online. This is the good thing between the YouTube stream. We can make a check. We can make the check here just with a cell phone. Easy and comfortable. So I just go to my channel. And it's already there. It seems I'm live. Go to my channel. Yes. It's already there. It seems I'm live. Go to my channel. Why is it? Yes, it's already there. Why is it so? It seems I'm live. Go to my channel. Why is it? Yes. And I think the sound quality is good. Why is it so? It seems I'm live. Go to my yes. Channel. Why is it? Yes. And I think the sound quality is good. Why is it? So all is fine. Let me share at least a genie with you. The genie. So all is fine. We have to check whether the chat is running. Yes. We have to check whether. Yes, the chat is running also. I see the small genie. The purple genie. The purple genie is a healing genie. Yes, it is. So at least I know the chat is working, the video is working, the sound is working, all is working. And now we are waiting for the guests in our stream. Hello there and welcome. Nice to meet you here in my stream. It's a pleasure to meet you here. I just came from the supermarket. Down there we have a very big Christmas market. It's running. It's crowded. A lot of people are there. And I still took some pictures that I will upload probably this evening or tomorrow. I already uploaded a short, so I can prepare it and upload it tomorrow. It's always good to have something on stock to be prepared. And there's a beautiful church down there. And I got a shop from the Christmas market. And then I made a turn to the church. Looks beautiful. So I think tomorrow you can see it here. To give you at least a glimpse of the Christmas market that's running. below. And as I'm living directly at the Christmas market, we have the show every day since 24th of December. Add a Q&A sticker. Want to read minds? I don't want to read minds. I don't know. Welcome to the stream. Here, I just talked on the Christmas market below. They make a Christmas music every day, every day. And when you hear it every day, you say, it's a little enough. And this is not the best quality. Sometimes they have some brass bands, and there are several locations. Then every location has its own music. This means we are experiencing a mixture of everything. Exactly. Yes. So let's see. You are visiting the joint. It would be a pleasure when you share at least the country or the town where you are visiting the stream. We already got a like. Beautiful. But at least I show my activity. I'm here. And when there's no question, this means everybody is happy. Everybody is satisfied. Absolutely here. I'm still tossing a little. So now's the time for any Q&A. If you don't know my channel, you can ask me. And I highly suggest subscribe to my channel. You won't regret this. You won't regret this. At the moment, we have more than 1,800 videos, shorts, live streams, horizontal videos, a lot of topics, mental education. Today, I uploaded a video, how to become famous and rich today. And I gave 2 examples that fit very well TikTok and YouTube here. And I gave some strategies, something that you should care for, and also things that you should avoid. Because often we got distracted. We have our goal, and every day we can lose our way and we get distracted. So we try something new and we lose the way that once was planned. Thank you for the like. And we can't do this. We have to stay committed. This is so essential. As I mentioned in the video, like a musician. When a musician wants to learn a piece, a good musician practices and practices and never gives up until he can play it wonderfully. And other people, they think, I can't do this. And then they gave up way too early. And we can't do this. And the same goes when you want to become famous and rich. Whereby I changed even the word famous to popular. Because let's be honest, being famous is not a real goal. You can become famous because you make bad things. No, we should become popular. Popular because we are well received by our audience. And then the doors are open. When you once have your loving audience, you can also sell your products, your services, your coaching, whatever you offer to the market. So I would really love to see from which country or which town you are listening to this stream right now. Stream time now, 15 minutes. And as I said before, this stream won't be that long, probably 30 minutes, maximum 1 hour. It depends on the interaction here. So when we have a good conversation, I tend to do a little more. And when we don't have a conversation, this means this was the wrong time to make a stream. But we never know. We can plan the perfect stream. Thank you for the likes. From which country are you listening? From which town? I really would read your feedback. I always say a stream depends on the communication, the interaction. You decide the topic of the stream. Today I made a simple streaming solution. I just use my cell phone, a quick setup, and talk to you live. Exactly. But sometimes people are shy. They don't want to confirm. Yes, I'm here. I'm living in this country. I am living in this town. Some people just prefer to watch. But as I said, this is a good chance for Q&A. Any questions? Now is the time. But it's beautiful. Nobody entered the stream, but I got 3 likes. Anna, hello there and welcome from Florida, but still at work. Greetings to my favorite country, Florida. How are you doing, Anna? A long time no see. Still at work? Thank you that you could escape your work quickly to just share your hello. Yes, it might be still early in Florida. I think 11 o'clock, nearly 12 o'clock. So nearly, I don't know. We have 16 here. So nearly 12 o'clock in Florida. Long time no see. How are you doing? Or do you have to escape the stream quickly? The stream was already worth it. I met Anna again. So great. So great. You have a great memory. He is 219. Let me think. 6. Oh yes, you are right. You are right. It's not 12 p.m. It's 2:19. Why? There might be a different time shift. Okay. Oh, when I once had a communication with one of my subscribers, with my viewers, and we once changed some comments, for sure it will be stored. It must be stored. Sometimes it's a little difficult because a lot of people, but we had a lot of conversations already. Yes, it's 2. It's not 12. 18, 6, yes, exactly. Yes, I think in Florida the time must be beautiful. Here it's winter. We have 0 degrees Celsius. I think might be even negative here. We are in winter. We are still at the end of autumn, but it feels like winter. And all these Christmas markets are running. There's a Christmas market right in front of my door. I'm living in the center of the town, so a lot of music, a lot of noise. One band from behind, another band from the front. So who else is in the stream? Just share your country, share your town. And we should, Anna, do her work. Welcome another guest in the stream. I think I have to stream a little more here to build up an audience, because there was a time where I thought, okay, probably streams are not good for my channel. And then I had a time where I thought, shorts are not good for my channel. But the problem is, how can we ever decide whether some of these forms of distribution here on YouTube is good? Because the algorithm is always changing. How lucky to live downtown that you could hear all the Christmas atmosphere. Look, I'm drowning in the Christmas. Since the last weekend of November, this here, my town is called Nuremberg. This is the biggest Christmas market of the world, of Germany, absolutely. And this is such a traditional Christmas. You probably already heard of it, the Nuremberg Christkindlesmarkt or Christmas market. And it's, when I open the window, I'm in the vibe. I even made the opening ceremony. I produced a live stream last week to share this experience. And it was beautiful. People like this. I never made this. I never made this before. So last weekend I said, okay, let's, the last weekend of November, I shared the opening ceremony. A lot of people, and this goes until 24th. Yeah. Luke is entering the stream. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Look, I said to you, I will stream more often. And I kept my promise. Because these days, I made a 10 days test of the streams of TikTok. And I ended my test. And once again, I came to the conclusion, YouTube is the best. YouTube is the best. Luke, aren't you from Florida? Do I remember right? Because I just had a conversation with Anna Harrington right before. And she's also from Florida. Glad I caught the stream. Yes, glad you caught. Yes, yes, you are from Florida. So Anna Harrington, the lady, a good guest of mine, also is from Florida. So we have two people from Florida. Who else is in the stream? Just share your country, share your town. And yes, I made my 10 days test. How is the algorithm on TikTok working? How is the stream working? And believe me, this is horrible. I think nobody knows this. The big problem is we cannot even leave our own country. the algorithm is limiting. So I just could talk to German people. There was no India, there was not Florida, there was not Africa, there was not Norway, not England, nothing. TikTok thinks I'm German, so I must communicate with the German audience. Yes, yes, it's absolutely locked. Yes, I remember. Yes, here. Anna is still in the stream. Greetings from Anna. Here's Luke, also from Florida. And Luke, here's Anna from Florida. And I'm also. My mind and my heart is also in Florida. Believe me. It's getting a little cold in Florida now. It's so nice. I remember. I was there. I was there in Florida in winter. It also became a little cold, and I saw people with how do we call it when you have something to protect your hands? Probably not very cold. And this is what I wanted to say. Yeah, people are wearing gloves. Yes, gloves. Yeah, exactly. We were in Florida, and for me it was wonderful. I just had a short T-shirt, and people were there with a scarf and gloves. This was so funny. So they must feel cold. And the interesting thing is when when Christmas came closer, we saw a lot of Christmas trees at the road, and they had this how do we call these sea creatures? These octopus. They had this octopus in the Christmas tree. This was so beautiful. Fort Lauderdale is still hot. Fort Lauderdale is still hot. I dream one day to enjoy the typical Christmas markets and atmosphere. Look, Anna, one of my latest videos, it's just from last week. I made a stream. This is the opening of the biggest Christmas market here in Germany. And these days, I always share something from the marketplace. When I was just at the supermarket, I just made some recording to share more quick reviews from the running Christmas market. The typical Christmas markets in Germany. Yes. And I remember something, Luke and Anna. When I was in Florida, it is still glued to my fridge. Just a moment, I will get it. I have it. I have it. I found it. It's easy to find. Probably you can hear the music. Yes. So now, ta-ta-ta-ta, comes something from Florida. From Florida to Germany and over the stream back to Florida. This is what I captured in Florida. This is just a magnet for the refrigerator. Here, this this is the friend. It comes from Florida. From Florida. Yes. You got, yes, this comes from Florida. Exactly. I found it so amazing, these colors, so fresh, and yes, it's that. And there's a magnet on it, perfect to secure the good notes at the fridge. Yes. This was the time when I saw the octopus in the Christmas trees in Florida. Yes, a lot of memories. A lot of memories. Oh, yes, you are right. The parrot is absolutely waiting for the trip back. Yes, here. You saw it too, Anna, here. The parrot. I think I have this parrot now for 20 years. And it still looks shiny, fresh. Look, the glare. Here, the glare. It's not cloud. It's not dusty. No. But I don't live in downtown. Even better for you. I mean, living in downtown is nice. Exactly. It doesn't look 20 years old. No. It is refreshing and refreshing and refreshing. It's not polished. It's just as it is. Living in downtown, yeah, can be interesting. The good thing is everything is near. Pharmacy is near, supermarket is near. When you need something, you go down and you get it. You don't waste a lot of time. For example, in the morning when you say, I want to have a fresh bread or something like this, you go down there, get the perfect bread, get your butter. And so whenever you need something, other people, when they live in the village or out there, it costs them nearly half a day to make their buyings. But for me, I go down, less than 10, 15 minutes, I have everything. I like the mic setup for this. Yes, I said, let's make something different. Let's make something different. Something a little flexible. The music that reminds me from your neighborhood reminds me doubling downtown summer. Music 24 hours. Happy atmosphere. I was on for a few days. Yes, all the windows are closed. When I open the window, it becomes really noisy. I have sound protection windows, so they isolate quite a bit. But when I open the window just a little, then I have the party in my house. So, and the music goes the whole day. And they nearly stop because when the Christmas market, these are separate, nearly street restaurants. They built this on the street. And when the Christmas market ends, they attract all the people. They want to drink their hot wine, and they continue. And then they start crying, laughing, and the singing from the audience is not the best quality. Yes. I like the mic step. I already read this. Yes, I said, let's make something different. I love to change once in a while to make it a little more interesting. Did some message come in? We have to check whether just watching my own stream. Yes, we have to check whether yes, the chat is running. So are you just streaming on YouTube today? No. Yes, let me continue what I was explaining. I made this test of TikTok streaming 10 days on YouTube on several schedules to experience how is it working. But when I saw the limitations, you can't cross your own country border. Strange. This is not international. This is absolutely limited. And what else? that I realize the quality of the listeners is so low. Mostly 10 to 15-year-old kids. They are not clients. They cannot even drive a car. They are depending on the pocket money, and they dominate the stream. And the problem is, this is low level. So a lot of trolls, they make a lot of bad they destroy any good conversation. There are nice people there, and I gained a lot of friends there. This is amazing because the algorithm is quite aggressive. You meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of good people, but you also meet a lot of low-level people. And this destroys any wonderful conversation. Yeah, exactly. It has a very young audience for sure. Probably even 8 to 15 years, but let's say 11 to 15 years. And the topic, what they are, this is, and it is amazing. I never thought that these young people are already on such a low level. For example, when we meet a troll that is 28 years or 38 years, he has some experience, and when he is a little crazy, he shares what he's thinking. But these younger people, what I heard from them, this was so ugly. How could a young person have such a polluted mind? Yeah. Does YouTube show analytics on the age groups that watch? Yes, you can dive in. It's okay, not for every video and not for every stream, but you can get it in general. And you have female, male, you see from which country they are watching, whether it's India, Philippines, USA, Africa. You have this, you also have the classification, which age group. So in the analytics, you have very good insights. You can go to so many details, and this is also way better as on TikTok. Does TikTok do the same? Not. They try to do the same. Every company tries to copy the other. For example, YouTube wanted to copy the shorts because TikTok makes the short form, vertical short form. And then TikTok says, YouTube is way better in the analytics, so they're trying to build up the analytics. But what we see, the interesting is that there is so much commercials going for big companies. Go to TikTok. This is your future audience. This is all a lie. This is all a lie. They are just kids. Just kids. Probably they won't attract. For sure they know that they have a very young audience, and then they hope to attract business owners, because business owners spend their money when they want to make the commercial. And yes, I honestly use shorts more than TikTok. I honestly use shorts more than TikTok for short. Yes, exactly. And what I realized, I tested them out. I still have my TikTok account, and once in a while I make some tests because these are the most popular platforms. In former times there was Twitch, but now we have at least YouTube and TikTok, and it's good to know what's going on. And I make always a comparison in many details. And but what mostly happened, and this happened to, I think, I don't know, 92% of all users, they get caught in the 250 to 280 views limit. So You upload your TikTok short. It goes until 250. When you have luck, 270, maximum 300, and then it's over. It's just limited. So we have the border limitation. We have the limitation in the views, and this is completely different on YouTube. When you make a bad short, you get 100, 200 views. It depends who decides what is bad. When you don't find the audience, for example, these days I made a short, I uploaded it, and it just got 8 views. Eight views. This is strange. And I deleted it. I waited a little. I gave another title, and I uploaded again. And then it came, I think, to 500. So it's a difference between 8 and 500. That means when you just got the wrong time when you make your upload, then you are already losing your views. So it's a lottery. The algorithm can be so confusing. This is the big problem. It is the time when you upload, and also the competition. For example, when you upload in a good time, but there's a lot of competition, you don't get a view. Then it's better to upload in a time where nearly no one is spilling the internet. Then it rises. So it depends on the topic. It depends on the time. There are so many factors. And when you put all these in correlation, it becomes a lottery game. It really becomes a lottery game. I see people upload and change the thumbnail like 5 times. Yes, and title. But it also depends what is said in the video. So they are scanning the words. They know it in a written form. And you see it when you go to language, you see what you talked. So they have the verbal input of the content. But when you look for something, this is mostly not used. When you look for something and you initialize the search, they mostly go for the title. And when the title is not a match, they nearly can't find the content. And when you think you understood the system, then the algorithm is changing again. So many viewers share their content. The algorithm is changing. For sure, it changes every day, every week. This is an ecosystem, like in AI. It is training itself. It changes itself. Then it gets new prioritizes, and it's developing. So the algorithm is always new. And it's hard to chase this because we never know. I think even most YouTube employees don't even know about the algorithm. Only these people that are really working with the programming of the algorithm. Yes, it's constantly evolving. Exactly. Yes, this is what I meant. Most YouTube employees are not even aware. And I think as this becomes a separate living data entity, I think not even YouTube itself has control over it. Yeah, it's strange. And the creator is the victim. Sometimes the creator has luck. Mostly not. Mostly not. Yes, this is a really aggressive ecosystem. And therefore, It's hard to believe any gurus, but they probably know what worked for them. But every creator is different, has a different story, has a different development system over the years. It's hard to give advice. I know it for myself. I want to make it the best I can. But I'm looking, what are the rules? What are the rules? But it's hard to find the rules. And when I have the rule, how long will it last? Yes, people try to predict it all the time. Yeah. And others try to hack it all the time. This does also not work. Thank you for the like. I don't know who gave the like. Just show up in the chat and say, hello, I'm from Japan, Korea, Africa. Yes, this is an endless story. And sometimes it's frustrating because when we put a lot of work in the system, we at least want to understand the system. Did you remember how long ago you started the YouTube channel? I have several dates. I started my channel in 2013. 2013. But I just reserved the channel for my name. I said, probably I have to reserve my name, otherwise another person with the same name gets the channel and then it's over. I reserved the channel for my name, but I didn't do a lot. And I think my first videos that I uploaded was 7-8 years ago. But it was really sporadically, just testing something. And then came the time when I said, I think I should put more focus on it. That was the time when I said, I have no more interest in social media. Once Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitter became X. I said, okay, I didn't delete them. I still have them, but I didn't put any more effort in it. I said, I think YouTube is the only platform that has a future. And this was 5 years ago. And I said, okay, let's train a little. And then I used Twitch just as a training. I don't want to play with the big boys, YouTube. I said, now go on a separate platform, just train a little to get a little more comfortable. And then came the time, because Twitch was mostly for gamers. And I said, no, now it's time. I think so 4 or 5 years ago, I put my effort in my channel. And as I put more effort in my channel, the channel started growing. And then I lived the ups and downs and ups and downs. Several times I cannot say I deleted, I resetted my channel. Yes. And at the time, I'm once again in a moment where I think nothing is working. There was a time I uploaded a video in 2-3 days, I had already 2,000 views. Now, you barely get 30 views in a week. I don't know. I don't know what happens, what will happen. But I think this will change. It cannot stay this way. And I saw that many creators complain about the same problem. I still remember the first time I ever saw your content was really, look, you are one of the testimonies here on Twitch. I never knew you had a YouTube channel then. One day I got remembered. Really interesting, really interesting. When I remember the time I made some cinnamon videos and they blew up my channel. This was amazing. Everybody was interested in cinnamon videos. And I made even several because I thought when this works so well, this is an interesting topic, even good for me. I made several cinnamon videos, and this really pushed my channel. And the real semi-viral growth started with cinnamon. Yes. And when we work with a platform over a certain time, over a certain time span, we see the ups and downs and ups and downs. And momentan I'm experiencing, there was a time when I said, oh, I have to focus more on long form videos. Stop the shorts, stop the live streams. I even put all my live streams in the member section. I even made all my shorts unlisted. I think I had, at this time, I had 500, 600 shorts. I made them all unlisted. And this killed my channel even more. And then I said, okay, after 2 or 3 weeks, I said, this doesn't make sense. I have to reactivate them. But the disaster was already done. And it's easy to go down, but it's hard to go up again. This is what I learned here. Never touch a running system. And I touched my running system a lot. And this brought me... And this is interesting. Exactly what you see. No, the Schumann frequency videos do really well. Still. And they are even getting better. My first Schumann video gets nearly 400 views in 48 hours. This is amazing. So probably nobody is touching this point. And then I said, this is a very interesting topic. Let's deepen it a little, because this is also interesting for me. Low frequency. I was always raised with electronics and physics and high frequency, low frequency. I'm a ham operator myself. And this is fascinating for me. And working with circuit coils, resonators and antennas. This is, for me, I put my channel mostly on mental education, but I said, this is so interesting. It also works with the mind. And then I made these videos on theta frequencies, alpha, delta frequencies, based, connected to the Schumann frequency. Yes, and people like this, because most people, they don't go that deep. Most people, they show the device and they have some esoteric thoughts, but they don't go. I think we should see it on a complete. We can touch this physically, but we can touch this also spiritually, to watch the whole spectrum. And I like this. And nobody goes in the physical side. So probably this is why my videos became more popular than others. Yes, I love watching those videos when you're working with electronics. Yes. When I was a kid, I think 10, 11 years old, I made my own amplifiers. I made my own transmitters. I repaired televisions and all this stuff. And this always, even when I became a musician later, I always built my cables, made my electronic stuff, because I think in today's world, what's based on media, we have to know what a transformer is, what a transistor is, what a chip is, what a capacitor is, what a resistor is. This makes our life way more connected to, this is the real stuff. There are the resistors, the transistors, the chips. This is all inside. And all the cable that I use for my equipment, I built them myself. And this is good when we know what we are doing. Yes. What started that interest when you were young? This is an interesting question. What started started this interest? This is a good question. I always was some kind of professor. Before I dealt with electronics, I had my own chemical laboratory. I had substances that a kid should never have. Once I visited an old pharmacy, and there was an old guy. He said, he has all these bottles and these substances, and he wanted to have space for creams and soaps and all this to share what people are buying. And he said to me, and I was always buying my stuff with him. And then he said, once I asked him, do you need, or no one buys this? I will buy it. And then he said, okay, for $50, you get everything. It was a lot of money for me as a kid. But what I got was beautiful. The mad scientist. I was never mad. I was always happy. Oh, the happy scientist. Yeah. Yes, this is when I got to the high school. My main topics were chemistry and also physics. But at this time, I was also learning music. But I already knew the teacher for music is not good. So even when my main interest is music, I won't choose music as a main subject, because when I get this teacher, he probably will destroy my desire of making music. And then I said, no, I choose chemistry and physics, and music stays my hidden secret. Yes. But what brought me to electronics? Yes, I know what. We were, I think, 10, 11 years old. Yes, two things. I had a friend at school. His elder brother, studied electronics, and he had all these schematics and all this stuff. And I got some parts from it, and this opened my interest. And later, as I already shared this in my family, my mother had a friend, and he knew that I was interested in electronics. He gave me just a box, an experimental box with some resistors, transistors, capacitors to make some school experiments. And this was amazing. I could make my own stuff. And from this moment, I always went to the big garbage centers, collected all the broken television, radios, and everything. I took all the parts out of it, and then I had enough parts and built my own stuff. And in this way, I was programmed in electronics. Yeah, so this was the reason why I became interested in electronics quite early. And from this moment on, I was the first person in my area that had a working color television, because someone threw it away that didn't work. And I said, wonderful. And I made everything until it worked. So I was a small boy, and I had a working color. Everybody had just black and white, but I had a color television. Yes, and I also think how important it is for kids to be exposed to different things and to build something, to make something with your own hand. You have a plan, you look for the right schematics, then you build it with your hands, soldering, cutting, and at the end you make a case out of it, and you become really creative. You have a goal, and you accomplish your goal. And you have the physical object, which was just a plan. Today, most people are just What are they doing? Just working with this. They can never repair this. Not even an adult person normally can repair this. But building some electronic stuff from scratch is really creative. And when you know how this works, you get inventive. These, what does it mean these days? I think 2 years ago, I built my own induction heater, a small coffee mug warmer. I said, I had it already done, but I never gave it a case. And I said, let's make it official. Probably you even know this video, my small induction because there are these with the heat plate, even these USB with the heater, but this is cheap. I wanted an induction heat, so make with frequency, heat up the coil, heat up the metal of the mug with the coil. This was, and then I made this. Yes, and I even got a question to this video these days ago from someone who he asked me, how can I change the power? What possibilities do I have to change the power? And I said, just change the frequency, change the capacitor, then you change the frequency, and you adapt it in this way that the power is just enough to keep the water warm. So you can lower the frequency or you can increase the frequency with the capacitor, and then it's easy. How did you make the case for it? This is all on my channel. I got a small plastic box, and then I installed the cooler, because these what's the name of it? The MOSFET transistors. The current is really high, so they need a cooler. And then I made the case with a plastic box together with the cooler and put the coil on top. Yeah, and this became, I wanted a really small, portable case. Just some inventions. So when you look for my coffee mug cooler, you see the whole development process. That means I had this cooler, I had this induction heater, but I said, let's make it again, even with better parts. And I even increased the circuit. I put the schematics in the video, and I was looking for better MOSFET transistors, because a lot of them, they don't work quite reliable. But I found some that are quite good, and when the MOSFETs don't work, they destroy the diodes. And when you have a machine that should working and not always repair the diodes, you should have a reliable circuit. And testing it out, I came to the conclusion this works good with this diode, and then the circuitry stays healthy over time. I remember the first time I built, yes, I remember these times also, when we built our own PCs, hard drives, all this stuff. I have to go and watch it. Yes, it's fun. It's a fun project. And then I made something what was also very interesting. This was just a gadget. The floating marshmallows. Levitation by sound, by ultrasonic sound. It's all in my archive. Yes, my archive is quite full. I saw that video. Ah, wonderful. Good. Yes. The dancing marshmallows. The floating marshmallows. The floating marshmallows. Yes, it was absolutely a fun project. I loved it. I would never know where to start. Believe me, when you once have an idea and you say, I will make this happen, you will make this happen. When I had this idea, I was at the same situation as you. Wow, this might be fun. But how can I do this? How is it possible? But when we start concentrating on it, we got an information here, we get information here, we get the parts here, we get this, and then we attract the solution from the universe. And as long as we focus, and I only will end this project when it's ready. We should never give up. This is what I learned. This is what I learned, especially from my musical career. When you want to learn a piece, you have to practice until you can play it. Whether it takes a day, half a year, 2 years, doesn't matter. You practice until it is ready. And this endurance, most people don't have the patience. All it takes absolutely is to start and then just focus on it and say, I won't give up, only when it is ready. And this is such a good example. When we once made it, we can compare the system to something else. We got a win, and then we got another success, and we get another success. And so we are success after success. This makes us really, this increases our self-esteem. When I once give up, tried, once give up. I tried, once give up. Then at the end, we never made anything. And then deep inside, we feel really deep, frustrated. Whatever I do, it doesn't work. And this is the worst programming for our mind. It's better to make 4 things that really work instead of 30 that we give up. It's all about concentration. We can do this. We really can do this. Do you have a favorite instrument? I played clarinet and trumpet in school. Look, I'm a clarinet teacher. I'm a guitar teacher. I also make piano. Whether it's electric guitar, concert guitar, whether it's synthesizer or keyboard. I think it's not the instrument. It's what we do with the instrument. When we have, for example, I had a Fender Rhodes. This was an electric piano. This is when we make the right music that fits to the instrument, then the instrument shines. But when we have a perfect instrument and we make crap music, this doesn't bring the energy. So I think there is not a favorite instrument. The instrument fits the music and brings a good emotion. Then this creates a deep satisfaction. It's not the instrument. It's everything together. I miss playing an instrument. I'd love to pick it up again. Do you still have your trumpet or do you still have your clarinet? Get it and start playing. Or buy yourself a guitar. Guitars are so cheap. They are so cheap. So, and they are so. An electric piano, they don't cost a lot, and they have a beautiful grand piano sound. They have string sounds. They have electric piano sounds. You can make so many things. So it is really good training our mind, our ear, our imagination while learning an instrument. The first 1 2 years are a little hard, but after that, the music gets better and better and better. Yes, I would love to learn guitar or the piano. I think guitar is a very flexible instrument. Piano, it's not that transportable, but a guitar is mobile. You can use an electric guitar, you can use the classic guitar. So I think guitar is cheap, is super flex. We have it in jazz, we have it in rock, we have it in classical music. Guitars everywhere. Piano the same. It's a little more heavy and you can't carry it with you. So I would say use both. Electro pianos are cheap. They create a wonderful piano sound. And the guitar, yes. So for your personal luxury, for your creation. And when you already know what notes are you played clarinet and trumpet, this is easy. You will learn. And the good thing is an adult person learns way quicker than children. I always say what the children can learn in 3 4 years, an adult can make in 3/4, maximum a year, when it practices continuously. But an adult person learns way quicker. Because when I say make this, the adult person will do it. The child are a little playful. They are not that. You have to remind them again and again and again. An adult person understands the strategy way quicker. Do you have a keyboard? I have several. I have a grand piano. I even want to sell it because it takes too much space. I have a professional a Kawai MP10. This is nearly a grand piano as a stage piano. It also has some strings and e-piano, and I also have some synthesizers. Yes, you are right. These are expensive. Yes, they are. The problem is I want to sell it, but nobody can afford it. Everybody wants to have it. Exactly. So many years being a musician, you collect a lot of instruments. But guitars are really flexible. And you can make concert guitar is hard to play. Hard to play. Or electric guitar also. It's endless. Have you enjoyed teaching clarinet? I'm still teaching clarinet. I'm teaching clarinet now for, I think, more than 40 years. I love the sound it makes. Yes, it's really flexible. I played in orchestras, chamber music, all this stuff. I played that back in the middle school. Ah, wonderful. Good. Yeah. Yes, it's a warm sound. But the interesting part is the clarinet has, from all the wind instrument, whether it's woodwind or brass instruments, it has the widest frequency range. Three quarter octaves. So nearly 4 octaves. No other instrument has this wide range of tones. Never enjoyed cleaning reed and brass. This is part of the show. When you clean it, it's always perfect. And it's also something of hygiene. So we should clean it because It's for our health. Yes, the brass instrument with the inbuilt water. They are a cooler for our breathing air, and the water is how can I say this? The water is building, and then we have to get it out. They can get pretty gross if you don't clean. Yes, it's not good for the instrument, and it's also not for our health. Yeah, this is the problem. The classic spit valve on the drum. This is not the spit. It is the water that is condensing, because the tube is a cooler, and when you the air of the breath is condensing, and this makes people think this is the spit that comes. It's not. No, it's not. It's absolute. When you with the lips, you're not spitting. You can't even spit, because this would destroy the tone. This is just the humidity in the breathing air, and the instrument is a big cooler, and then the air is condensing, the water is condensing, and this gets the water out of the air. I always thought it was spit when I was younger. Look, it took so much time that you now learn it was just condensed water. It is nearly distilled water, because when you have a piece of glass, and sometimes you see the drops falling down. This is distilled water. This is pure water. So there's no spit in it. Finally, in this stream, clarity happened. Therefore it was worth making this stream. Look, I'm not a brass instrument teacher, but the system is the same. Yes, we learn something new every day. Thanks to Matthias. This is what I mean when we have a good conversation in a stream. We can develop things. This is the benefit. Look, when I compare this to TikTok, where the level was so low, you could not even build up an interesting topic that might be beneficial for all the listeners. They are destroying everything with their low level hate. How can young people be so hateful? Where do they get this from? I don't know. Yes, it's absolutely sad. What do they have in their memory? Where did they get this from? They must be always in contact with these people, that when they express, they use these words, these sentences, these low-level stories. Yes, it's the stuff they watch and consume. Imagine what stuff are they. Yeah, for example, when they are using just these cheap computer games, kill this man, and then whatever they say in the game, they are fed with low quality input. Yes, this is the double side of the internet. It can bring wonderful things, and on the other hand, who else is in the stream? In which country are you living? Share your town. Be a part of the stream. So the music out there is still working. What's the time now? Here it's 9:25. Any other Floridians? What are Floridians? Ah, people from Florida. I never heard this. Floridians. Or do you say Floridans? Floridans. Probably you say Floridans, not Floridians. Floridans. Is it Floridans or Floridians? Floridians or Floridians? Floridans. Yeah, Florida, Floridans. Yeah, like this, Floridans. Interesting. I never heard this, but it makes sense. Sorry, the other one. I mean, Floridians. Really, Floridians? This is interesting. Then they... Floridians. Yes, that one. Floridians. I never heard this one. I just imagined this. It just was a guess. Floridians. Florida. Yeah, exactly. When we say Florida, there's no E. When we say Florida, there's no E for the A. So in this case, Floridians. Californians, Floridians. Interesting. Very interesting. When I was in the supermarket, I get myself a sushi. So when I end the stream, I will eat my sushi. Your English is too good. I hope. And it's never good enough. It still should get better and better and better. Oh, I love some sushi. Yeah, it's hard to make it on our own. We have all these ingredients and to put it all together, this is a lot of work. But when you can buy a whole set, everything already done, fresh from the fridge there, and this is not cheap. This is not expensive. No, this is not expensive. To make it, it's way more expensive in time and ingredients. But just to buy a set, a complete meal, wonderful. What kind of rolls did you get? Look, this one was nearly made out of, probably in Korea, they have this kimbap. So just rice with ingredients and seaweed around. And I love them because there are some with just rice and what's the fish on top? I forgot. What's the name of the fish? The red fish they put on it. Salmon? No, it's not salmon. Probably, yeah, it might be salmon. So, or then they make it with just rice and outside some sesame seed. But I like the version with seaweed around. And in Korea, they call it kimbap. And I got a whole set with different shapes, but they all are rounded with the seaweed. This is what I prefer. Do you like? Yes, it comes with some ginger. It comes with some wasabi and also with a little soy sauce. So there are 3 packages, and you can make your seasoning yourself. So they also come with wasabi. Yes, it's strong, but when we make it every roll a little, then it's okay. Yes, that's what it comes. Yes, here it's the same. So the seasoning is already done, and you can make it according to your desire. And I use them. I use all of them. When it's in the box, I eat them. Yes. So it's delicious. And afterwards, a good cup of coffee. And I already have on my idea. I wanted to produce another YouTube video. I have something in my mind. What time is it over here? Now it's 9:30 p.m. So it's still early. 9:30 p.m. I get my sushi, and I still want to create a video. I had this idea. I am not a content factory, because there are so many people that are producing with AI, and they make content, just to overflood the internet. Robert Schiebold, hello there and welcome. What is a desire for you? What is a desire for you? Oh, I have so many desires. In what kind are you looking for? What is a desire for you? You mean the principle of a desire? A desire is, I think it's an urgent wish for something that I want to realize. A desire for sushi. A desire for sushi. I have no expectations. I have my set with several, and it's okay. Sometimes I even make my own sushi. I just use rice, some red pepper sauce from Korea, and some seaweed, and ready. It doesn't have to be fish or cheese or something like that. Just rice, red pepper paste. I prefer the rice with butter, and then seaweed. I think the combination of rice and seaweed is the interesting part. And with other ingredients, this is just an add-on. Is red pepper paste really hot? I prefer the Korean red pepper paste. This is called gochujang. Gochujang. And the good thing is, it is not that hot. So it is hot, but you can even eat it with a spoon and say, Desire is, what is the reason for a desire? I already thought that you are going in this direction. A desire, for me, is an inner wish. When I think this topic gets my attention, and I have this inner wish to bring my thought, this internal structure, in reality. So a desire for me is to make something true. This could be a relationship, this could be a machine, this could be a situation, this could be a skill, but the principle is always the same. A desire, for me, is an internal wish that when I focus on it, and I imagine when this becomes reality, this brings satisfaction. So the creation process, the manifestation process, the desire, first we have an idea. Oh, I like this idea. When I say I like this idea, then I'm building up a desire, and then I can continue. Was this just interesting to think about? Or will I really bring this also in my life? And when I focus on it more and more, then the desire gets bigger, and then this desire brings me in the state of working on it, focusing on it, to at the end make it a manifestation. And when I see it, when I can see it, when I can touch it, when I can hear it or taste it, then wow, this creates a satisfaction. Was this a good explanation? At least this is what a desire is for me. The idea come also from the community. The idea come also from the community. The idea comes also from the community. Look, this is interesting. Where do we get an idea from? An idea is something that pops up in our awareness. This can come when we talk with someone, when we watch television, when we watch the screen. This can come from the community. This can come from your neighbor, from your colleague. This can come while you're meditating. You're reading a book and suddenly, sometimes an idea has a cause and we know where it comes from. And sometimes we get an idea when we really think, where does this idea come from? There's no reason that created this idea. And in this case, I would say this is an inspiration that comes from our soul. Something is calling us, and when we are ready to receive, we get this data point, what we call an idea, and then we have it in our awareness. And then it's there and waiting. Will we react on it? Will we work on it? Or will we throw it away and say, interesting, and not putting more focus on it? So it can come from the community, but there are so many other reasons where ideas can come from. Even directly from our soul, a special calling. This is when we say in Germany, in English we say profession, but in Germany we say Beruf. This means Berufung. Something is calling you. That means when you decide to choose your profession, something is calling you to do exactly this and not something else. Why do we have this desire? Why do we have this something with I want to do this. When I do this, this might me feel happy, the satisfaction. Yes, interesting thought upon desire. I like this because everything starts in our awareness. Is the music that they play always in German or English? Sometimes too. What music? Do you mean the radio here or the music down there? Mostly they play English music, but there are good German musicians, but they mostly use modern German. So these older songs, you find them only on the internet. The Christmas market. They play a mixture. At the moment, they play another brick in the wall from Pink Floyd. We don't need no birth control. Yeah, at the moment they play another brick in the wall from Pink Floyd. Look, when they play something on a Christmas market, they play songs that everybody knows. They want to keep the attention as much as possible. So famous German songs, popular English songs, There was even a song that I heard that came from Brazil. This super famous, I think this, how was this? The singer, Michael, I don't know. So it's not always Christmas. It depends. The music that you're hearing now, this is just a small pub that they built on the road, and they play everything. But close to the church, directly to the Christmas market, they play Christmas songs. So sometimes we have a choir, and sometimes we have these brass ensembles, and they play mostly Christmas songs or even some church songs. So what's happening on the Christmas market is directly original, traditional German Christmas songs. Okay, when the brass ensemble plays, it's just the melody and the rhythm. But when the choir sings, they sing with stage piano and original German Christmas songs. But what you hear now is from this pub that they built up. The Christmas market is already over, and now everybody goes there and drink their hot red wine, and the music gets even louder. I have to close the window. Yes, but this is just a small pub that they built on the road. So just a small wooden, that it's not that cold, because it's cold outside. And then they have just wood and windows, and inside of them is the music. Exactly. Mostly they drink the hot red wine. I've only ever had room temperature red wine. Oh, you can make it yourself. When you have some red wine left, get some cinnamon, some clove. What else can you use? Cinnamon, clove, a little sugar. Make it a little sweet. And you even can add a little orange juice. And then you have your perfect Christmas. And you heat it up. You heat it up that the flavor comes out of the cinnamon, and the mixture is different. You will like it. And you can make it even today. Everybody has cinnamon. Everybody has clove. Everybody has sugar. Sometimes in Florida, everybody has orange. Yes, it's so easy. It's so another education we established here in the stream. And who else has the best orange juice as people in Florida? Yeah, you and your girlfriend. Yes, do it. Do it. Yes, oranges everywhere. I remember when we were with the car in Florida, we were visiting the grapefruit and orange farms, and we bought these gallons, not just a liter, just gallons. But the man said to me, "This is fresh orange juice." And I said, we still have, we go to our hotel. He said, "How long do you go to the hotel?" I think 3-4 hours. He said, "This is critical." I said, "What? This is not critical." He says, "Fresh orange juice gets rotten quicker than milk." I didn't believe him. And we bought a lot of orange juice, grapefruit juice, and then we went to our hotel, and then we were thirsty, and I drank. I said, "This tastes different. This is not the taste that we had when we bought the juice." And he was right. He was right. So orange juice is super sensitive. Orange juice is super sensitive. Fresh orange juice, as he said, it's more critical than milk. And we waited a little longer, and at the end we could not even drink it because it became sour. And orange juice sour makes no fun. We were so lucky. We thought, oh, we have so much good orange juice, and it's lost its fresh taste. This is the big difference when you buy it in a store. This is already processed. You will never find this fresh orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice that you get on the orange farm or the grapefruit farm. When you buy it in the store, it's already processed. They make something with it. I don't know, but it's completely, and it tastes completely different. The orange juice from fresh oranges, the sweet oranges, it is unique. I never drank such a nice tasting orange juice, even when we bought it in the Walmart. Yes, Walmart or another store. There were also these boxes, 1 liter orange juice. They were completely different, and they last longer. But when you buy it fresh from the orange farm, yes, it must stay cool. When you squeeze the orange, you have to put it in the fridge directly. Otherwise, after 2-3 hours, it loses its taste. Yes, Publix, Walmart, all these big markets. I even was visiting, imagine what? Radio Shack. Yes, I was visiting Radio Shack because when I made my recordings for Cape Canaveral, I had to solder something, and I didn't have a soldering iron. And the problem is, in the US, we don't have the 230 volts. I think you have just 110 or 120. So I needed a special soldering iron to prepare some cables. And therefore, I visited a Radio Shack, got some solder and some parts that were needed. Oh man, we used to have a Radio Shack. I think Radio Shack doesn't exist anymore. Oh, I think Radio Shack is over. What do you know? Let me see. Yes, they are out of business now. Unfortunate. This was a big network, and nearly in every town you had a Radio Shack. How long are they out of business? What a pity. What a pity. Okay, now you can get all the things from Amazon. But when you need 1 transistor, you have to buy 20 because they don't sell 1 transistor. You have to buy 20, even if you don't need them. But they come from China. They are not that expensive. So who else is in the stream? Thank you so much for visiting the stream. Just share your town, share your country. Everybody's welcome. Oh, let me check. What's about the battery here? I didn't put the cell phone to the charger, but it's still 44%. Most of them closes in 2015 to, so they are already 10 years out of business. There's still a few left. This is interesting. Okay. Still some few left. Wow. I'm streaming now with my cell phone here, 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I just spent 30% of my battery. I didn't use even a charger, so just 30%. This is not a lot. This is really not a lot. Wonderful. What phone are you using? This is a Samsung Ultra 23. And I think for the stream, the camera is wonderful. It's just the cell phone, no charger, and I thought about switching to Android. You're still using an Apple phone. I used Apple phones a long time before, but I was not satisfied. They are so limited in so many areas. Been with Apple for too long. Yes, I also have some Apple books, MacBook Air, MacBook, whatever they called, and these iPhones, but they are so limited. So I switched quite early to Samsung, and I'm really happy. They deliver what I need. The new processor, the Snapdragon, is perfect. It makes all my audio needs, because I'm working a lot with some audio equipment and I have no connection with the USB port. Audio works flawlessly. So I'm happy with them. You can use an extra card, and it's open. You can use it with your computer, and this switching from one phone to, for example, to use the ecosystem here. You get one file from your Apple phone to your Apple laptop. This is easy, and the same works with Samsung Android. It's the same. I think it's even easier because the connection quality, the data transfer, super easy. And they are still a little cheaper. And what I think, they are better. They are absolutely better. There's just this magic Apple. You pay for the brand, but not so for the quality. So I prefer Samsung. It's not that cheap. And now we have, I don't know, 25 already, 25 or 26. I still use this 23. The 22 was not that good, but the 23 has the Snapdragon processor. This is perfect. This is quick. You even can make video editing on the cell phone. Have you ever had a different Android besides Samsung? Yes, I had. What was it? Oppo. 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 Probably you don't know. This was a simple cell phone. I once even shared my phone number here on my YouTube channel in the About section. I thought, why not putting your cell phone number when people want to be in contact with you, they can call you. but I didn't want to give my private number. Oppo phones, yes, exactly, yes. Oh yes, I've heard of them. Yes, Oppo phones, they're good. What is also good? This this brand with H at the beginning. What is the name? They have wonderful cameras inside. I can't remember the phone. So I used OnePlus. OnePlus is also not bad. And the other one, what is this? I can't remember the name. And I had this Oppo phone. I said, let's just share one cell phone number on my YouTube channel. And I kept it there for 2 years, but nobody was calling me. And I said, why should I have this phone? Why should I pay the contract when nobody calls me? And then I deleted it, ready. I said, let's be transparent. People have the chance to call me or send me a WhatsApp. Really transparent. But people didn't use it. So I said, okay, if you don't want, why should I support the service? Yes. There's another big company, Huawei. Huawei. Really good phones. high level. Huawei. Probably you already heard from them. But if I should choose Oppo or Huawei, definitely Samsung. Is the Samsung is Korean, South Korean. And Huawei, I think this is Chinese. And Oppo must be Chinese. Or am I thinking of a different one? I don't know. So Samsung is South Korean. And yeah, but mostly they are produced in China. I think when you buy a Samsung phone, they are also produced in China. They have the licenses in Korea. When you decide for Samsung, you make nothing wrong. And these modern phones, they are perfect. As I said, I still have my S33 and this one here, this Ultra 33. Perfect. It works. There's no need to get a new phone. And I have them for 2-3 years and the battery is still working. I only charge them until 80%. I don't go over 80%. This will reduce the aging effect. So I use them for 2-3 years already and no problems. I can't believe we will get it. No, it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. Because they are not technicians. What are they doing? They make a selfie, they take a picture, they have this as a browsing tool and ready. I use my phone for a way more technical input than these normal users. And I'm still happy, absolute satisfied with my model that is 2-3 years old. No need. Clean the cell phone. Don't put apps that bring problems. And then just care for your cell phone. The display is still like it was at the beginning. It's not broken. It's just the care that we can do. But when I imagine I get a new phone, okay, when I buy a phone, I get the newest one that exists because this will last for another time. So the new ones, they are way better than what I also realized. from iPhone to iPhone to iPhone, the difference is not big. But from Samsung to Samsung to Samsung, the difference is really big. I feel like every 5-ish years, yes, 4 or 5 years. I even think when the battery gets a little broken and it doesn't keep the charge for a whole day, I would even decide to get a new battery. And then it's fresh again. Just find a store that makes the battery exchange with good quality and that use also original parts, not just Chinese batteries. And then your phone is fresh again for the next 2 years. Who else is in the stream? Just say hello. It would be nice to see and greet you. From which country, from which town are you watching the stream? Yes, my God, we nearly got 2 hours here. 2 hours. I just wanted to make the stream 1 hour. But as we had a wonderful conversation, it increased the duration. Yes, you're also ready to get something to eat. Yes, and I will eat my sushi too. Yes, get something to eat. It's been great chatting, Matthias. Thank you so much for spending the time here in the chat. Yes, we will make it a great. And don't forget to make the hot red wine with your girlfriend. It mustn't be the best quality red wine. Just normal red wine, cinnamon, clove, a little sugar, some orange juice. Heat it up and drink 2 or 3 cups and you will enjoy a wonderful evening. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for all the guests that were too shy and didn't show up. Probably the next time. Okay. Yes, let me know how it was. I am curious. So now I have to find where is the... I found the button here to switch off the stream. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Until the next time.